All right, traders, Friday morning, we're back. Last day of the trading week. We're looking at the Canadian Japanese yen. We just pulled the trigger here. Started very small. We're kind of testing the waters here, but basically we feel there's a very interesting long-term trading opportunity here. So we activated the long-term portfolio. And I want to talk about the ins and outs of the situation here. So here it is. From the long-term perspective, right, from the big picture, we have the monthly chart. We have this huge system, key level system, that we can track back all the way to the beginning of 2016, end of 2015. This is pretty much the formation. Take a look. These are the moves, right? I've been flattening out, smoothing out the middle to corrections in the way, but these are basically the legs. We had up until now four full moves, and we believe that we are in the middle of the fifth. The fifth move here had started like this, right? It went up, and at some point it went down as for a downside correction. Mind you guys, this is the big picture, right? So a downside correction here could actually last for like 6 or 7 months. And then of course, we think the downside correction ended right here, and it was back on the upside, still part of the same leg. All right, this is just another upside segment. Should be finishing up the move, touching base on the higher section, 86.45. That's that's the milestone, right? So we think price is heading towards that area. This is just from the big picture, right? To give us some perspective. When we zoom in on the weekly chart, we find this really impressive head and shoulders pattern. I want to show you what I'm talking about. You probably already see what we mean here because we have that neckline. But this is pretty much it. We're just coming off the right shoulder after touching base on 81.25, which is quite impressive. And then turning back up and breaking the neckline, guys. Take a look. I'm going to zoom in here. Here it is. Here's the break. Is basically had taken place last week, where we had a weekly closing, a weekly breakout confirmation. And this week we see price coming off, right? But it basically starts to acknowledge the neckline. That's why we felt that it's quite interesting, right? Because we've seen price kind of pulling back up. It was already lower. You can see that little spike here, standing out right across that neckline. We think the neckline is going to provide the necessary support for price to come back on the upside. In case it won't, in case we're going to have here a decisive close back below the neckline, very simply, we're going to pull out. We're going to close this trade. It's going to be a very small loss because we're just starting here with a very small position. Now, if the other scenario that, the one that I've previously described here is going to happen, when price is going to find support, it's going to begin to pull back up, it's going to show that spikes, trying to slice that neckline, and it's going to continue to push forward, then of course we'll begin to increase the position nice and slow. All right, now our target, right? Let's talk about the potential target. 86.45 is just the next imminent resistance level. It's a big key level in our key levels system here. 86.45, so representing about a little over 300 pips. All right, that's quite a nice move we're talking about. So it's like I said, it's crucial that price will remain above the neckline by the end of the week, which means by the end of today, right? So all eyes are on today's session, the end of the session, and we'll be here to come back. We'll come back to follow up on this one and keep you posted. All right, guys, that's about that for this one. Oh, I should mention stop loss level at 81.50. That's about that for the Canadian Japanese yen. We'll see you in the next one. Take care.